Today we are going to talk about the coronavirus. The coronavirus is a disease that can be easily transmitted through small droplets that are coming from a person who is infected. The coronavirus disease is a pandemic which has led to a lot of countries being locked down across the world and had its sudden and substantial impact on the various sectors. The global health crisis and the uncertainty resulting from it profoundly affected organizations' operations as well as individuals, both employed and independent, across the sectors. Some of these sectors that have been affected are arts and entertainment sectors. Also, health, education, and religion, and many more across the world. Many sectors have been affected by this pandemic. On entertainment, by March 2020, across the world, most cultural institutions had been indefinitely closed, or at least with their services radically curtailed, with exhibitions, events, and performances cancelled or postponed. We've managed to have some interviews with different type of people who are into the entertainment industry, and this is what they have to say.
Hi, my name is Alan P. I'm a recording artist from Zambia, Copperbelt, but currently based in China. I do music, I do hip-hop, Afro, and all kinds of journals, Coronavirus. We've been deeply affected by that. Like, we usually get to have shows like 3 to 4 shows in a month, but since coronavirus started, we haven't done like anything. It's just home, sleeping and resting. The income is not so good at the moment, and we just hope and pray that it passes and everything gets better. So
we are very much affected. Like, since this coronavirus came, people are no longer working the way they used to work, and even the money that they get, there's some people that used to go for my piece works, they are not going anymore because some companies are closed. So even in the entertainment industry, in the industry at large, a lot of musicians are affected. They no longer have shows, even features like to go to the studio now, because people, they have to stay home. So I think they are affected a lot. They are not performing anymore. So if those who never invested, I think they are very much affected.
One of my streams of income is providing pro audio equipment for events, social gatherings, weddings, kitchen parties, birthday parties, corporate events. And I would say since the inception of the COVID-19 pandemic and restrictions thereby that have been placed, I would say we've largely lost out as people in the entertainment industry. Because of the restrictions on social gatherings, less people are gathering. Some don't even want to gather at all. So that means less business on our end. Not that many people want to work with the restrictions of 50 people plus. The 50 people max numbers on certain social gatherings and whatnot. So really, we haven't had that many outings this year. So we have, like any other industry during this pandemic, we've suffered. I would say in the last 10 years that I've been in the business, this has been the worst year. Understandably so, because every other industry has been affected.
You see, here in Zambia, the industry, people, especially musicians, we're talking about that as artists. We don't usually depend on music. So during this pandemic period, we weren't working. So if we are not working, it means that we can't come to the studio and record. That's how it is. So we are lucky that now we have been put under new normal, and that's when we are able to find at least a certain amount so that we can come to the studio and record. They haven't opened most of the staffs. We no longer make shows. We used to make money through shows. Now we've been affected. we can't make shows because all the places where we can make shows, they ain't open yet, unless we've got some other deals. Yeah.
In the education sector, we've managed to talk with some of the people.
In this lockdown, a lot of things have been affected education-wise. Like, we can't have our offline classes, schools cannot open, we have to continue with online classes, and we can't have our laboratory classes as well. They have to be postponed until next semester. Yeah.
I'm a Form 3 student. When we return to school, I don't think we will be on same levels because we don't have access to learn online, and some of our parents are not educated, so they cannot help us to keep up on syllabus. I'm a Form 3 student. COVID-19 has affected us because we've lost 4 months and it is a whole term. I don't know if we'll be able to catch up. And I also miss chatting with my peers at school.
The tourism sector has also suffered as a result of the pandemic. Many countries and regions have imposed quarantines, entry bans, or other restrictions for citizens of recently travelers to all foreign countries and territories, or prevent their own citizens from traveling overseas. Together with the decreased willingness to travel, the restrictions have had a negative economic impact on the travel sector in those regions. A possible long-term impact has been a decline to a business travel and also the tourist industry. We talk about the tourism industry. We've also managed to talk to some of people who are into this industry and feel like this pandemic has affected the tourism industry in this way. This is what they have to say.
Severo Innocent is my name, and I'm an accountant, financial parks and wildlife. And then Chembe has been affected, but not that much affected, because we still receive some tourists, but not to the extent at which we receive tourists during the normal times. So it has been affected in the sense that usually it's supposed to have a packed. It's supposed to be packed during weekends, but usually we only have maybe 10 to 20 people. Sometimes even 0 the whole week. And like before, where I would have maybe on a daily basis, maybe 3-4 people, 10 people on a daily basis. But now only expect people during the weekend. That's how COVID has affected this place, Chembene Sanctuary, which has got the status of a national park.
On sports, the sportsmen are no longer going for trainings due to the lockdown. The people are no longer going to watch the games because of this lockdown. We've managed to talk to the people who are into sports, let's say sportsmen and also soccer fans, and this is what they have to say.
COVID-19 yakakanganisa sport. Nekuti kusport ndo kwatakanga tichitandara nehama neshamwari. Saka izvezvi nekuda kweCovid tiri kulockdown, tinoswera tiri kudzimba.
On the religion sector, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted religion in various ways, including the cancellation of the worshiping services, Sunday schools, pilgrimage, mosques, synagogues. We've managed to talk to some people who are in these different kind of religions, and this is what they have to say.
As leaders, we can say that the Islamic society is affected just like any society, and I can say that we in Islamic society, we are affected in so many ways with this coming of this coronavirus, COVID-19. So the first is like before coronavirus, we used to have congregational prayers that we normally have. We normally do 5 times per day. But with coming of coronavirus, people are no longer attending those congregational prayers. They attend at home, they pray at home, and some don't pray at all. So it's like a big loss to us. And the second thing is that our children, we send our children to madrasa, Islamic schools, afternoon or any other time. So from Monday to Saturday. So with coming of coronavirus, those children who used to go to madrasa, to Islamic schools, they no longer attend the classes because of the fear they have, the fear of coronavirus. And the other thing is that before coronavirus, we used to have congregational, religious gatherings. So, but because of coronavirus, those religious gatherings cannot cannot take place right now, such as nikah, weddings, and get-togethers. They cannot take place because of the fear we have, the fear of coronavirus. So it's a big loss to us, and we ask the Almighty to make it easy for us all.
I'm Dunia Joseph. I am a lab technician by profession. A year experience. It has affected us in the sense that it has put our lives on a risk more than anyone else. In the sense of saying that when someone gets sick, he or she runs to the hospital. The hospital is the first place where someone thinks of when you feel some things in your body. So it has affected us, that it has put our life on risk and the life of our loved ones, because social distancing cannot work with treating the patient. I mean, how can you distance yourself 1 meter apart when you want to help a patient?